cell phone is a two-way microwave radio. It should never be kept directly next to the body. You don't want to expose a child's rapidly developing brain to cell phone radiation.
Take a look at this kid holding a smartphone. You might think it's just innocent screen time, but there's an invisible threat you need to know about. Radiation from our 5G and Wi-Fi devices can be harmful to our health, and children are even more vulnerable. Let me show you why. Hi, I'm Chaim Einhorn, and this video is for any parent or grandparent who's secretly worried that radiation from phones, tablets, laptops, and other devices will hurt the health of their kids or grandkids. I'm going to share a story about how I tried hard to protect my family from radiation and discovered a new technology that experts call the missing piece in radiation protection. This technology lets you and your family use your favorite smartphones, tablets, and laptops without worrying about the radiation they give off. So you can enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing your little ones are safe while they learn and play online. Now, as parents and grandparents, we're always a bit extra careful about keeping our families safe, but we don't think much about the invisible danger of radiation from our devices. This changed for me when I read a scary article by Dr. Joel Moskowitz. Dr. Moskowitz is an award-winning researcher and a director at the University of California. He's been quoted in CNN, Time Magazine, Los Angeles Times, and Chicago Tribune, but most importantly, he's someone who successfully sued the state of California because they tried to hide important information about how radiation can hurt our kids. More specifically, Dr. Moskowitz showed studies where kids' thinner skulls and fast-growing brains are much more likely to be hurt by radiation. This happens because kids' delicate heads absorb up to 10 times more radiation than an adult's. As a result, kids who use smartphones and tablets a lot can get headaches, feel confused, have trouble paying attention, and sleep poorly. It gets worse though. The article warned that we don't know how this radiation might hurt kids long term, but there's enough proof to think it might even cause tumors to grow. At the time, I wasn't aware of the unique technology that could protect my family from radiation. So I felt scared and worried because devices have become such a big part of any family's everyday lives. Our kids and grandkids are always using their iPads and smartphones. They use them for hours every day to play games, watch videos, and talk to their friends. So I was terrified thinking about the future. I imagined my grandkids slowly being hurt by the devices meant to teach and entertain them. I pictured my children having bad headaches all the time and not being able to sleep, making them tired and sad. No caring parent would give their child cigarettes, but we might do something worse when we hand them a phone or tablet. I even worried about my wife's usually quick thinking becoming slow and mixed up, making her job harder and causing problems between us. But what could we do? These devices have become such a big part of modern life. We couldn't just take them away or make our families use them less. I knew there had to be a better way to keep my kids safe without messing up their lives. So I did what any worried parent would do. I started looking for ways to protect my family from this invisible danger. I looked all over the internet for solutions, read tons of articles and studies, talked to experts who know a lot about this stuff, but everything I found wasn't good enough. Some said to use devices less or keep them farther away from your body. Yet in today's world, that's just impossible, especially for kids who use these devices for school and talking to friends. Asking them to put down their phones and tablets is like asking them to cut off a limb. Others talked about cases or shields that say they can block radiation, but I learned that these can actually be dangerous because messing with a device's signal can cause it to give off even more radiation to try to fix it. The last thing I wanted was to put my kids and grandkids at even greater risk while thinking I was protecting them. I even looked at those radiation blocking stickers you can put on your phone, but they're just a trick. They don't actually do anything to cut down on radiation, so I was stuck. I couldn't find a single solution that was both easy to use and good at protecting my family against the bad effects of radiation. I was frustrated and ready to give up, but then something happened which led me to the amazing technology that could protect everyone from radiation. You see, I'm a real estate developer, and I often travel the world to look at properties. On one of these trips, I ended up in a small village on the edge of Austria and Switzerland. I started talking with the owner of the nice little inn where I was staying, and when I told him I was worried about device radiation, his eyes lit up. He told me about a really smart local inventor who had been working on a new solution to this very problem. The inventor died a few years ago, but his wife lived near the village. I was interested, so I set up a meeting with her. And what she showed me left me speechless. It was a small, simple-looking chip, no bigger than a stamp, but her husband had created this chip, and he believed it could lower how much radiation our bodies take in from electronic devices. My mind raced with the possibilities. Could this be the key to protecting my kids and grandkids from the invisible threat I'd been losing sleep over? I didn't believe it at first since it sounded too good to be true. But then she explained the science behind it. You see, the radiation from our devices is different from the natural radiation that our bodies have gotten used to over time. This man-made radiation, with its weird frequencies and strengths, basically confuses our cells. It makes them move and shake in strange ways, forcing them to waste energy trying to get back to normal. And over time, this constant stress on our cells can cause a lot of health problems. From small problems like headaches, brain fog, and fatigue that just won't go away, and even bigger worries later on. I thought about my grandchildren's small, growing bodies being pummeled by this unnatural radiation day in and day out. It made my stomach turn. But this is where the chip helps. Its unique nature changes the harmful, messy radiation and turns it into a kind that's like the natural radiation our bodies know how to handle. See, man-made radiation is like a paragraph where the letters of each word have been swapped around. This makes your body work really hard to figure out what it means. Over time, this hard work can make you feel sick, but the chip acts like a translator. It changes the confusing radiation into something your body can understand. It's like fixing the mixed up letters so the words become clear again. By helping our bodies understand this radiation better, the chip makes things easier, so our bodies can work the way they should. I thought about the chip helping my grandkids' phones and tablets, changing the scary radiation into something their little bodies could handle easily. And for the first time in a while, I felt hopeful. But first, I needed to make sure the chip worked. So I asked my network to help me find scientists willing to test it. The first was Dr. Nachat Mazet, a pioneering biophysicist at Beaumont Hospital in Detroit. And this led us to our first ever study. People who used devices with the chip didn't see an increase in their head's temperature. This proved that the chip could lower how much radiation heats our bodies. As a parent, the idea of radiation cooking my kids' brains scared me a lot. So this study was the first sign that the chip could be the answer I'd hoped for. The chip was also tested by RF Exposure Lab, a top independent testing facility trusted by major tech publications. They found that the chip lets people use their cell phones while getting much less radiation. How much? Up to 80% less, according to them. We even wanted to see how the chip would affect people's brains. And we were amazed by what we found. The chip helped balance the brain and let people think more clearly. Again, I thought about my kids and grandkids. For the first time, I could see the chip helping their young brains grow properly without fearing radiation. At this point, I was so happy. The chip wasn't just a crazy idea. It was a real solution, as proven by studies. And I knew I had to get it to as many people as possible, especially parents and grandparents like me, desperate to protect the next generation from radiation. So I teamed up with the inventor's wife and spent a lot of money to make more chips. So far, we've helped over 49,000 families use their favorite devices without worrying. 49,000 families can now let their kids and grandkids learn, play, and connect online without fear. 49,000 parents and grandparents breathe easier knowing their little ones are protected. I'm talking about people like Tiffany S., a mom of two, who says, I purchased 4 chips for my family's phones and we all feel better. I feel more energetic and clear-headed. I also sleep better. My kids are no longer complaining of headaches. Or Richard G., who reports, since using this, I have noticed an improvement in my ability to stay focused at work. I feel like I have stepped out of a fog bank. I'll never go without it. And then there's Michelle P., who raves, I experienced headaches and trouble sleeping, which I believe were related to radiation. After a few days of using the chip, my headaches completely disappeared and my sleep has never been better. Story after story of people like you and me who can now use technology without fear of what it might do to them or to their precious kids and grandkids who count on them for safety in an increasingly wireless world. And today, I want to give you the chance to join them. Introducing the biochip, the only scientifically proven way to let you and your loved ones keep using the devices you love without worrying about radiation frying your brains. And it's super easy to use. It's a small, thin chip with a sticker that lets you easily put it on your cell phone, tablet, laptop, or any device that you use close to your body. It works even if you use a case for your phone. Just place the chip on your phone and cover it with the case. Once you put it on, the biochip works all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it lowers the radiation your body absorbs by up to 80%. Also, you don't have to change how you use your devices. No need to use them less. No need to hold your phone far away. You can just put on the biochip and let it do its job while you keep living your life and staying connected without worry. And while your kids keep learning, exploring, and having fun online as kids should, now with an invisible protection. Just think about how happy you'll feel knowing you're not around harmful radiation all the time anymore. Knowing your babies are safe from something they can't see that could hurt them as they grow. Picture how calm you'll feel as your kids or grandkids play games and watch shows they love while the biochip quietly keeps their growing brain safe. Imagine the new energy you might have as your body doesn't have to deal with messy, unnatural radiation every day. Energy you can use to be the best parent or grandparent you can be. There for your little ones, patient and thinking clearly. You might think better, you might sleep better, and you might even have more energy for your work, hobbies, and relationships, especially your most important relationships. The ones with the young ones who look up to you and count on you to keep them healthy and happy. And let me tell you, you will feel proud to be the kind of parent or grandparent who takes steps to keep your family safe from hidden dangers in our world today. The kind of protector who goes the extra mile, doing what most people don't even know is needed to keep the next generation safe. Your family might not fully understand why you put this small chip on their devices, but they will feel the difference in how they feel, how they focus, and how healthy they are overall. And someday, when they're old enough to understand all you did to protect them, they'll thank you. They'll thank you for being the kind of parent or grandparent who kept them from harm. Now, how much are you expected to pay for a new device that can give this kind of priceless protection for you and everyone you care about? Well, as you have seen so far, the biochip is an amazing piece of science. It was very expensive to develop this special technology that lowers radiation and to test it thoroughly with top experts. This kind of research and careful making of the chip cost millions, so you might think a device like the biochip would cost hundreds of dollars, maybe even thousands, when you consider how much it could save you on doctor bills later on. Not to mention the peace of mind that comes with knowing your little ones are safe, which is worth more than any dollar amount, and honestly, it would be worth every penny. After all, you can't put a price on feeling safe or keeping your family healthy, right? But don't worry, because you won't pay anything close to that much. In fact, for a short time only, you can get your very own biochip for as little as $49 per chip. That's less than it costs to take your family to eat at a normal restaurant, and this is a small amount to pay for a lifetime of protection against the invisible dangers of device radiation. A lifetime of knowing you did everything in your power to safeguard your kids from a very real threat to their well-being. And when I say lifetime, I mean it. See, we found out that it keeps working well even after 5 years, but it didn't stop working then. 5 years was just the longest time we've tested so far. Actually, based on our careful testing and how tough the chip is, we really think your biochip will keep working well for even longer than 5 years, long enough to protect your kids through their most critical years of brain development and into their teens when their cells will be more resistant to damage. So you don't need to worry about your chips not working anytime soon or having to buy new ones. Oh, and you can feel completely confident about your decision. Your order is backed by our unconditional 90-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not absolutely thrilled with your newfound peace of mind and sense of protection, simply email our friendly customer support team at support@bodywellchip.com, or you can call them at +1 850 988 8855. Just let them know that you'd like a refund, and they'll initiate the process for a full and prompt refund. That's how committed we are to your satisfaction. And with our 90-day unconditional guarantee watching your back, there's really no reason not to choose the heavily discounted 6-pack offer. It just makes sense, and you're completely covered either way. If the biochip gives you the protection and peace of mind you deserve, you'll have secured the lowest possible price, since it's a deal you won't find anywhere else. And in the unlikely event that you would like to return the biochip, you simply let us know and get a full refund without any hassle. It's a total win-win for you. So go ahead, click the link, and choose the 6-pack family protection option on the next page to get started. But I have to warn you, we only have 300 biochips available at this special starting price. This is because we use expensive materials materials, and an intricate manufacturing process to make each biochip. And once people hear about how great this tiny protective chip is, they're sure to be bought up fast, especially by worried parents and grandparents like you who will do anything to keep their families safe. And with more and more wireless devices in our homes and pockets, the spread of strong new 5G networks all over our cities, the danger of being around radiation is only going to get bigger in the weeks and months to come. Kids are growing up surrounded by never seen before levels of radiation. If we wait to protect them, it might be too late. Those who wait to do something now might be unable to get this important protection, forced to wait on a list while their family stays in danger. I don't want that to happen to you. I want you to feel safe and calm, knowing you're ahead of everyone else in protecting against radiation. So please don't wait. Click the link below this video now to get your biochip while you still can. Choose the Family Protection Pack of 6 biochips for as little as $49 per chip. That's enough to outfit every device your kids use, whether it's their phones, tablets, laptops, or gaming systems, and they'll still have protection left over for the new devices they'll inevitably beg for. As soon as we see your order, we'll send you your biochips immediately. This way, you can start protecting your loved ones right away. When you put these tiny protectors on your family's phones, tablets, and laptops, you'll feel like a big weight has been lifted off you. The worry, not knowing, and feeling bad will all go away, replaced by a deep, strong feeling that you've made the right choice for your family's health. The brave, proactive choice to step up and protect your defenseless children from a danger most parents and grandparents don't even know exists. So go ahead, click below. Arm yourself with the biochips state-of-the-art protection. Join the ranks of smart, proactive guardians who refuse to leave their loved ones' health to chance. I know you'll be happy you did. This is Chaim Einhorn, and I want to thank you for listening to me today.